Howdy, folks, and Morgoth the Barbarian here. Welcome to episode 2 of our can't talk. Deeming our Vanilla Twist playthrough, aka Season 2. Hooray! Welcome to Luckyville, y'all, where luck is either on your side, or if it's not, well, let's just say the results ain't that good. And I know this doesn't look like too much, but we just unlocked a boomtown, and believe me when I say we've got bigger plans. Because our city's going to expand pretty well, as we have plans to take this highway this way. We just unlocked boomtown, and we're currently able to upgrade our highways. So as our town is getting ever so bigger, it's going to need more and more and more. And I have a funny feeling things might get a little bit dicey a few years from now. So we'll see where it goes. So if you're curious to see where this leads, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and it's much appreciated if you do. Thanks for watching as always. So, good news, we are now Boomtown, as this is where we left off in the last episode. Oh, well, that was quick. Already I see we need another windmill or two. We do have advanced windmill turbines, but with the budget, I'm kind of in money-saving mode at the moment, so I can't really do too much. I may throw up a coal power plant, though, later on in the episode. Anyways, the long story short is we're continuing to build out. We still got a little bit of room, so we don't need to get another tile. What I want to do is expand this highway and send it this way. And then we're going to have to create some kind of interchange that leads into the main city. Or at least this part of the city right now. Inevitably, this will get, turned around. So, just checking on that. That is okay. It just dawned on me that maybe removing this might be a little bit of an issue come down the line. That's something I learned from my first playthrough. I guess I don't learn very much after all, so I guess the key is going to be to try to figure out how do I want to bring this highway over. Because the plan is to curve it and have it go towards this cove. And have it run probably like this, up towards here, and maybe over back that way, depending on how far in the map we can get along. Remember, this is a 25 tile build. If plans allow, we could go further this way, towards this hill. This basically is where our downtown area is going to sit, in this vicinity. Probably right around here. This industrial area will probably be moved on the other side of the highway towards the railroad tracks, just so products can be shipped out a little bit easier. But we can't really do any of that just yet, because we're at the game's beginning, and money is a little bit short. However, let me take the step of expanding our city to this area. So there we go. We've now acquired our first tile. 23 more to go. Alright, so we'll let that continue onward. So I guess we'll keep doing what we did last time and building these out. I guess the good thing is now if we need to, and I'm going to be monitoring this as well, moving these over here. It's not like we had that problem our last playthrough. Also, there's literally no, flow going on in this area, so that is something to keep in mind. So, I guess the next thing to do, keep building this out. Keep building this industrial district this way. Keep building everything out this way. Try to get up to Megalopolis as soon as we can. I'll worry about the highway network later. There's not until, we run out of space here. The bottom line is to try to build up more industrial districts. Oh, and in case you're wondering why I'm not using any of these, this is a vanilla playthrough. All of where the only DLC I can use is this. We'll address that in a little bit. For now, I'm going to get the basic infrastructure ready, and we'll slowly build it out. Alright, there we go. We got the expansion all set up. I decided it's time for a coal power plant. That this power thing not really working the way it should. It's alright. Now we've got plenty of power to go about. We got plenty of water, but everything is all set up. Yes, I know. It's alright. It'll fill itself out. But anyways, everything we've got is basically all set, except for this one little police station I need to throw in. There we go. We were having some money issues, but not anymore. There we go. I guess the name of the game is to just keep on expanding. Keep on bringing those people in. Got new jobs? We got them. New stores? We got them. Got everything we need to keep this train going. How is traffic looking? This is the first time I'm now looking into it, and it appears to be pretty good. I'm not really seeing too many very variable incidents whatsoever here, so I think we're all looking good. Hold on a minute. Let me see something I don't like. But we don't have enough money for that. Alright, hold on. There's one solution to this. Sneaky little trick here. There. When in doubt, just build a park to connect everything up so you don't have to build any more power lines. I don't think the citizens will mind me building a small park there. They'll enjoy it. Money-wise, we seem to be doing just fine, but we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on that, as well as everything else. So, back to what my original intent was. This. Theoretically, my plan called for this highway to go shifting in this direction, and in that. It's going to require a rework of this whole area, though, and we may have to make a few small changes, per se. Thankfully, I've left some space in between to kind of mind that a little bit. But I don't think I'm ready for that yet, because then we'd have to mess with this intersection too, and that could create some problems. So I'm not quite ready to deal with that just yet. I think the main thing we should focus on is growing. Speaking of which, I should probably do that. Like, say, that's industrial, isn't it? Yeah. Good catch there, me. I almost screwed up. There. That's what I'm looking for. Should probably do something on the outside as well. There we go. Keep this going a little bit, and we'll keep building out our grids. And there it is. Basically, we got more grids everywhere. And at this point, it's just waiting for all of them to fill out so we can build more. I don't want to do it all at once. Like I say, there's still some areas in here that need to be built out. Actually, I don't suppose it's too bad of an idea to do that. So try to do this a little bit slowly. I don't want to do it all at once, or else I'm going to create all sorts of chaos. Yes, I did water everything before anyone asks. I know that problem tends to get forgotten about. Oh, and we are very close to the end over here. Yikes. That was okay. So we'll just paint this final industrial area and hope for the best. And actually, because we can... Oh hell, why not? I'm trying to... See, the problem with landfills is you have to empty them to move them around. See, that's we're at 46% full. I think we're fine for right now, but that's going to be something to monitor for the time being. If it gets too much, that could create a little bit of an issue down the road. Now, you may notice that I'm leaving quite a bit of space in here. As time goes on, I may upgrade these roads. Oh, look, who forgot the water again? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Anyways, as time rolls on, I may upgrade these roads, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to turn out. So I'm kind of leaving that space open intentionally for the time being until I can figure out what exactly I want to do. I mean, in the meantime, we still got all of this space to develop outward, so I'm not really concerned, as well as this, but keep in mind that the highway is going to go in that way, and speaking of growing, well, let's see, we have more stuff. Okay, that works. We got more highways to deal with. Some more roads, an oil power plant, improved services. Excellent. We like to see all of this. These two will probably come into play later on, and I think we're looking good. Looking good. We're slowly getting there. Now, as for what happens when I run into a hill here, now, I don't know yet. So, I think the general plan for building squares, too, I don't know how many more we can build out. Probably just one of these two. I think the general plan would be to get these two first, and then start building in this direction. So, kind of build in the valleys first, then move along. So, that's probably the general idea. Again, it's just a 25 tile game, so we'll keep building out. Date check, we're at February 2024. Alright, we seem to be holding out just fine, so I'll just keep building out, and hopefully nothing major happens at this juncture. And we have officially run into our very first problem with this city. Industrial. I don't have much more space I can build in this area. I'm trying to keep it to this narrow little strip for right now, and then inevitably it will get moved, but I have a funny feeling the industrial demand is going to be a little bit too overwhelming here, so this is going to create kind of an interesting decision. I didn't want to do this until later on, but I think our hand's getting a little bit forced. I'm going to have to purchase some tiles, aren't I? Oh, I can only build one. Oh, yikes. Okay. So that kind of buys us a bit more time to build in over here. But for the time being, it's going to have to stay that way. Now, another thing I'm wondering. Maybe we should have this highway cut off around here. I have not made a decision on that just yet. About how I want the highway to look in. How to look. Because maybe keeping this would be okay, but designing kind of another interchange to go this way wouldn't be such a bad idea anyway, either. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about that just yet. There's still plenty of time. So, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, my main objective is to keep building out. And and immediately I see another issue. Residential demand is coming up a little bit short. Still plenty of space to expand. So, you know what? I've got an idea. Districts. This is about time where we should probably have some districts out. And alright, let's do this. Now, ignore this. This is not going to do anything for us. We can't really take advantage. Well, wait a minute. I'm going to do it, but if someone wants to correct me in the comments section, they can. But I believe for the purpose of this vanilla playthrough, I should be okay. Right? I don't know. See, I don't know what part of the, what is okay and what is not. I know these aren't okay for the vanilla playthrough, but the rest of it, maybe not so much. Okay. So I know these aren't. These are park areas, so we can't really do anything with those, so. Yes, there are certain rules. I'm going to try and stick to them the best I can here, but sometimes I might go off a little bit. So let me paint some industrial areas and see if I can do something with some specialty districts a little bit. And just like that, we have our first big crisis. This. Citizens are getting sick. Uh-oh. Alright, it's not... I don't think it's what I think it is. Because if it is, that's a whole different problem by itself. Okay, we gotta handle this a little bit. Oh, that's why. There's no medical care in this area. Okay. It's not what I thought it was. Whew. Just checking. There we go. They have no access to health care. That's probably going to be an issue and a half. Oh, dear. Yeah, they had no access to health care, so naturally things are going to get bad. So we'll see if that does the trick. It does not. Oh, yikes. Alright, let's go full-blown on this. Let's get a hospital. That might be a better idea. Put it right... Do I want to put it here or on the main road? That's the next question. Main road. Or not. Ah, yeah, main road. Sure, why not? And then we'll just build a simple little clinic in this vicinity, and I think that should be good enough. Now comes the fun part where there's like 10 million sick people, so naturally all the ambulances are going to go ballistic. Oh my goodness. Oh, yikes. That is just, oh dear. Well, you know, these things will happen. Alright, well, our ambulances will do the work there. Hopefully get our population back in line. I mean, back to good health. And yeah, we'll just keep building this out. And see what happens. Hopefully there's no... It happened again. I knew it. I knew it. It's happening again. Look at this. Oh, I knew it. I'm like, okay, what are the odds that it has to be do something with that? And sure enough, I found out. Yeah. Okay, nice try. We've already relived this in the last playthrough. We're not doing it a second time. Get out of here. Okay. There we go. Crisis averted. At least on that front. There. So now let me just get this powered up. Oh. And we just need this electricity. As long as we get it over there. There we go. Nice try, game, but you fooled me once on that. I learned it. I learned my lesson. Can't fool me again. But yeah, that was the problem. It didn't help that our citizens were not getting access to healthcare. It sure as heck didn't help that this was getting into the water again. If this continues, we may need a treatment plant to deal with it. But that is exactly how we got into trouble last time out. I mean, there's no good space for me to put it either, so we'll just have to see what happens here. So, I guess in the meantime, we'll just keep building this out. Because we are ready for yet another round of expansion in this end. Because we got a lot of demand everywhere. Oh boy. Growing pains, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to other things like landfills and stuff. Oh, we got a pretty big garbage problem. Okay. Because moving landfills are a big pain in the you-know-what. Let's just build in some recycling facilities and hope for the best. I'm not gonna, you know, have that happen. We're gonna have to build a couple over here, aren't we? Yeah, alright, that's fine. Just for this side of the map. I'm not gonna... But we'll keep them off for right now. I don't want to have too many either. So the hill, in case you're wondering, is over here. So I really can't build out past that. So what you kind of see is kind of what you get. That's okay. But in the meantime, this is as far as we're going to be able to build in a general sense here. So, it is what it is. But we'll keep this in mind for maybe future expansion. Oh, yikes. I did not see that we were kind of out of money. Give me that loan. I need to funnel it for... Daddy needs to have some growth money. There. Sometimes you just gotta spend money to make money. Something along those lines. Alright, there we go. We got the whole thing watered and ready to go. I know trash collection in this end of the city isn't too hot, but we'll worry about that. Actually, you know what? Let me get those online. I have a funny feeling those are going to be useful later on. There we go. Okay. We got the recycling centers. I'd use a landfill, but it's a real big pain to move it. I'd have to empty it and then go from there, so... Anyways, we'll just keep this going. I'll maybe build this out a little bit more. Maybe expand it into this area. And we'll just keep going. Oh, yes, this is what I was looking for. Another new area, so we can actually unlock the square next to it. This and this doesn't really do anything. That's part of the campus DLC. Can't use those. We got the IT cluster. I believe we can use these. I don't remember. We got all of our tax reliefs just in case we need it, but we're kind of still in money-making mode, so it's not going to work. Same with all the educational stuff. We can now do high-density stuff. High-density residential, high-density commercial, and this is basically high-density industrial. Blimps, university stuff that we'll never use for this playthrough. An incineration plant. We got more disaster prep. I have a funny feeling that might be, you know, useful for the future, but otherwise, we're just rolling along. As we kind of make our way over to Small City, and I've kind of started prepping for more expansion over here. In fact, we might as well purchase this tile, because we're going to need it later on. There we go. So now we got the whole highway. In theory, I could move this entire industrial district over here now. But it would take some highway exits. And I'd also have to think about what I want to do with the train station. So maybe for right now, we'll leave it. I'll slowly expand it, but over time, I'm going to move it over here towards the edge of the map where our highways intersect. So, and then, long story short, that probably won't happen until this gets emptied because, you know, we can't move a full landfill, unfortunately. That's not how this works, so we're going to need some time, so we kind of got up to that. Also, date update, we're in 2024, so we're almost to 2025, so just so as a point of reference to everybody out there. So we're getting closer. I have a funny feeling it might not be much longer before things start getting a little bit interesting, so let me keep building this out. I think the next logical thing would be to build out the grid for everything. We're talking this, and then we should have our full city set up for this area. And then it's just a question of what we want to do in between, as well as for our highway, which is going to be uber important. So I think I'm going to go out, build that grid, and we'll see what we can get off of this. Well, I was doing great until I decided to run out of money. That's okay, though. But this is basically going to be the full-blown grid. Oh, look, we got a little bit more. Okay, let's just do it. Basically, this is the full-blown grid of what it will look like. Or almost here. So as time goes on, we will fill this whole thing out. Oh, I don't have enough money. Ha 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 ha. Good job, me. There we go. I'll leave it like that. I don't want to get too far close here, otherwise it's going to create some issues. Now, I'm not going to be a crazy person and do this whole thing all at once, but the general idea would be move the industrial area over here where it's closer to this. So this whole area is basically going to be industry. And then it's just a random assortment of industrial and commercial every so often, with services placed in between. For the time being, I don't think it's such a good idea. The big debate is going to be how to fill this whole thing in. Do I want to do it now, move this now and put it over here? Or... But then traffic is going to have to go through this whole blank grid. Also, I left quite a bit more space than I normally would, but that is to upgrade in case I need to. As you can probably guess, this sets us up for massive growth when the time has come, and, well, it is here. It's going to be mainly low industrial, low, like, density areas, I should say, so we'll see what happens. Not now, game. And then we're going to have to keep an eyes peeled on our services. So that's basically the plan here, is to fill this whole thing out. So I think this is actually, believe it or not, a good stopping point. So for the very next playthrough, episode 3, I think it is time to execute that plan. I also noticed we're in March of 2025. Something tells me sooner or later we're going to be having some real fun here. But we'll keep our eyes peeled to the news wire on that sort of thing. In the meantime, we'll start filling this out, and then we'll start doing stuff with our highways. Because that is going to have to be addressed inevitably, honestly. And then I did say this highway is going to get rerouted somewhere in this vicinity. I mean, you can't see it right now because it's dark out, but it eventually is going to go there, and we may end up creating like a brand new highway exit. I don't know yet, so we're going to have to figure this out. As for mass transit, I'm not going to even go there for right now. It's still way too early, so thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you in the next one, where we will try to get some more people in here. And who knows what else might happen. I mean, have a good day, everyone.